Hey guys, Fluxflashor here. I just wanted to give a little insight into my Runes and Masteries I've been using for Jax, because I'm sure somebody's going to eventually ask for them, so I should make them available now, I think. So, as far as my runes go, I'm using my basic attack damage rune set, which gives me magic resist in the, the glyphs. It gives me seals that are armor, which gives me quite a bit of armor, which is great for top lane since you're usually fighting a bruiser type hero, or champion rather, that you're going to have the damage reduction because of the armor on him. If you do happen to fight someone with magic resist, that you end up getting a bit of magic resist at the earlier levels, it's great. I've got armor penetration for my quints, and I've got just flat attack damage for my marks. Works pretty well. The marks and the quints are for my Q and my E, and then, well, of course the other stuff is just defensive, so it doesn't actually help with any of my attacks, but it helps me survive a bit longer. If we move on to my masteries, I'm going to show you I'm going to show you the masteries I use for just laning Jax and then my jungle Jax, because jungle Jax requires different masteries, of course. So, as far as laning Jax goes, I like to build him hybrid in the offensive tree. So, of course, I'm picking up the improved exhaust because I run exhaust on Jax because I think it's just fucking amazing. We've got attack damage, we've got ability power, and of course, basic attacks dealing more damage to minions and monsters. It helps you with the early game CSing because, let's face it, CSing's a pain in the ass. I go for the attack speed because Jax is all about the attack speed. And then armor penetration, the 10% here. I don't pick up cooldown reduction because it's not worth it. I don't find, at least. I don't pick up the basic attack steal damage to turrets. It's fucking useless. 1.5% increased damage dealt. It's a necessary talent for anybody speccing into the offensive tree. I then take the 1 ability power per level talent, so you get 18 ability power at level 18. I'm usually giving, I don't know, it feels to me like I give an AP bias to Jax, but it turns out in the later game I actually give a very, very AD heavy bias. It's incredible. So this ends up giving me a bit of that AP to help with that W damage and the Q damage as well, because the Q is based off of attack damage and ability power. And then, of course, lifesteal. You can't go wrong with fucking lifesteal, guys. 3% lifesteal is just amazing. I don't pick up the armor pen or the ability power by 5% talent because I don't have enough ability power to make it worth it. 4 talent points for 5 ability power? Yes, I took it up here, but actually, if you have at least 100 ability power, it would be worth it to take these talents out and drop them into here. But unfortunately, I like my early game ability power, so that's not going to happen. Armor penetration, whatever. I've got armor pen quints, and if armor's a really big problem, then I will pick up like a Last Whisper, you know. And of course, Executioner for the 6% extra damage to people below 40% HP. Get those fucking kills. I don't spec into the defensive tree. I do, however, spec into the improved cooldown on Flash, because I always run Flash on Jax. And then I've got the extra mana, so 216 more mana at champion level 18. It allows me to be a bit more aggressive in the early stages of the game, and everybody loves to be aggressive, right? So, moving on. These are my Jungle Jax. Jungle Jaxy Waxy masteries. I use my AD runes for jungling, just so you guys are aware. It's nice. Same deal. I pick up the basic attacks, deal more damage, so that I can clear the jungle faster. I pick up flat attack damage. I don't pick up ability power, though. I pick up the attack speed. I pick up armor penetration. Damage dealt, of course. I do pick up the ability power per level, though. 18 ability power at champion level 18 is just so awesome on Jax, you really can't not get it. It affects your Q and your W, as I've said, and Q and W are awesome, and W usually has a very short cooldown later on in the game, so always good to spam that with that extra ability power. Pick up the lifesteal so I don't die in the jungle as fast, and of course, increasing damage dealt to targets below 40% health. Now, instead of speccing into utility when I'm jungling, I spec into defense, so that I can survive for longer periods of time in the jungle, and also it makes me a bit more tanky. So, I get the damage reduction talent from minions and monsters by 2. I get the +6 armor talent. I'm grabbing the 6 health, or sorry, the 4.5 health per level, so you get 81 extra HP at champion level 18. Every little bit of HP is nice. And of course, I pick up the improved smite to get the extra 10 gold every time I use it, which is pretty much used on cooldown, so extra gold is always good for junglers. So that's my runes, that's my masteries, and that's my masteries again because I showed you masteries for both playstyles of Jax. I've been playing a lot of Jax recently because I love the remake. There's no more damn fucking RNG with the dodge, which is great, but at the same time, his survivability kind of sucks. Because if you could get some really awesome dodges off, you were a fucking god, and nobody could touch you. But I think the 1.5 seconds of I dodge every fucking attack that comes into me is pretty fucking legit right now. It's a 22-second cooldown, though, so that kind of sucks. It's okay, though, because I would rather choose when I dodge attacks and do my stun, rather than wait for a dodge, then get to stun somebody, because that was such a pain in the ass. You never knew if you were going to get away. Well, now you do. So, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you learned something. If you play Jax a different way, let me know. I would love to try him out different ways. I really love the hybrid build that I've done with him under Offense, and yeah, it's awesome. See ya.